So, it's just a lazy day for us gardeners, isn't it? What do you think? What do you think, Zoe? Want to go outside and see some squirrels? Want to go outside and see some squirrels? Oh, you want to go outside and see some squirrels? Where? Where are the squirrels at? Where are the squirrels at, Zoe? Let's go outside and get some squirrels. Want to? Nah, it's too cold. It's too cold to get some. It's too cold to get those squirrels. It's too cold, Zoe. Zoe, it's too cold to get those squirrels. Let's just stay inside and garden today, okay? Okay, sounds good.
Well, hey guys, this is MIgardener, and today is a really exciting episode for you. Alright, so the first thing that I want to say is that I am absolutely excited to start the growing season. I've been just super hyped up, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I just kind of decided, you know what, I might as well start some stuff because I just wanted to start. I just wanted to, God, the fever was burning, and I just wanted to get started. So today, I'm actually going to be starting my peppers. Now, I won't be starting my tomatoes for a couple more weeks, and that is because peppers take a little bit longer to germinate, and they also are a little bit slower growing as well. So with all that said, right now is going to be the perfect time to start them. I'm going to start them all in their little like 3-inch square pot. I'm going to put all the seeds in there, and then when they come up, I'm going to transplant them just like I do the tomatoes. And it works every single year. I'll show you the steps that I do to do it as they come up. And I do have some stuff already sprouting. I do have some really big pepper plants that I had on the micro garden. And I have a ton more in here as well. So first off, I'm going to start with a tip. You know, it's just a small tip, but a tip is a tip. When I start my plants, I start them all in like a 4-inch little pot, and then I pull them out as their little babies and then transplant them in their own cells. And that saves you from having issues with germination when you plant in, let's say, a 4-cell container. Sometimes you'll plant one seed in each and everyone says, oh, that's fine. If you have 100% germination, that's fine, that's great. But it's not really good use of your space. If nothing germinates in that cell, then you have a blank cell there and you're stuck. And then you put a seed in, then it's smaller than all the rest. This eliminates that problem. And what I'm going to show you is just these little square pots. This is what I use right here. And when I go to plant, I set up all my materials before I start planting. A lot of people just go gung-ho and they just start planting. What I do is I do proper planning prevents, you know the word, poor performance. And it's from a movie, and and there are children watching, so I won't say that word, but anyways, so woo, alright, so I have a sense of humor. Come on, I have a sense of humor. But my proper planning is I make sure I have everything that I need before I start planting. Now, what I do is I stick the pot and the seed packet in the pot, and that's accounted for. And that way, as you see here, I have the sweet yellow peppers. It's an Italian, it's a Spanish sweet yellow pepper. I have that in one. I have a jalapeno pepper in one. I have the sweet banana pepper in one, and they stand up. They don't ever fall over or anything, so they, you know, it's not all messy. It just helps you to kind of know what you have versus what you don't have, so then once you start planting, you can just go right through and plant everything and not have any gaps where you're like, I ran out of pots, so now I'm going to go get some cup. It just kind of keeps things neater, keeps things nicer. You know, you don't really have to do that, but I like to do it because it keeps things orderly, and I'm not really OCD, but I like things orderly. It just bugs me if it's not. But then I have my Anaheim chili peppers, and they have their own individual pot there. I have some red hot chili peppers, not the band, the pepper. I do love the band though. But then I have some giant Marconi peppers, some Cayenne peppers, some jalapeno peppers, and some Thai peppers. Alright, so I'm just going to be planting the jalapeno peppers first. And I just wanted to say that first off, obviously, since I have a whole lot more space to my garden, I'm going to be doing a lot more pepper varieties as well. I really do like growing peppers. I've never had a whole lot of success with them, but I'm hoping this year, now that I'm getting more space in the garden, that I'm going to be able to increase my success. And not all of these are going to go in the garden at the cottage either. They're going to go to the house garden as well as the garden at the cottage. And I kind of just sprinkle them in there, and then when they come up, that's when I separate them. And I do the same thing with tomatoes. I put them in really heavily, and it allows the stronger ones to prevail, and it also allows you to plant a whole lot and not use up a whole lot of space. Because if each seed were to go into a little cell, you know, I'd have a 64 cell thing right there just in itself, and now it's in a 4-inch pot. So just as a quick note, before I actually continue, I'm going to make a quick note to you guys. I like to always bring you guys up to speed on things, but recently I actually talked to a small business owner, and he wants to help you guys out. Now, a lot of this doesn't really apply to vegetable gardening, but with my MIgardener channel, it applies really a lot. And I wanted to offer it to you guys as well because I know some of you guys might do tropicals. So if you guys do tropicals or are interested in starting tropicals, I talked to a small business owner, and he wants to help me help you. And so he actually set up a promo code, which was really it was really nice of him because he didn't have to do anything at all. But he wants to give you guys a good deal on tropicals if you guys are starting a collection. He's got a whole lot in stock, and his company is called Larry's Orchids and Tropicals. And I'll put a link in the description box below. Go check out his website. He's got a lot of great stuff, and it's at pretty decent prices as well. And with the promo code, it's actually probably the best price I could find. I really could not find prices better, and especially because of the quality. I do have a lot of his product already in my collection, and I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm only saying that if you guys want to add onto your collection or are at all interested in starting a collection, he's definitely a one-stop shop for everything. Everything is either a true dwarf or a grafted dwarf. Nothing grows to a full size because his whole business motto is growing small so that people like me that are growing indoors can actually grow indoors and then also take it outdoors in the summer, bring it back indoors in the winter, etc., etc. And you can grow it in northern climate like me. So it's really, really nice, and I kind of just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on that because I think it's a great thing. If I haven't already, I'm going to post the promo code right here. You guys can go check it out, and I think it's for 20% off your total purchase, so that's an absolute deal. I mean, that is a steal and a half right there. So, yeah, I thought I'd shout that out to you guys, and go check it out. I think you guys will really, really like it. If you at least go check it out and see what he has. I mean, you're not losing anything by doing that. Alright, next up is the giant Marconi peppers here. I really like the way the giant Marconis grow, or the giant Marconi. They aren't, you know, they're not too hot. They're a nice mild pepper, but I like the size. The size is always what I go for the most. The reason is because bigger peppers usually offer more uses. And if you guys are noticing what I'm doing here, I just pat down the soil before I start the seeds. Before I put the seeds in, because that's odd. There's no seed in that package. I must have sealed up a blank seed envelope. Okay, well, I guess we're not doing giant Marconi this week. Okay, so I guess we'll do. Why not do the Thai peppers? I know there's seeds in here because I can hear them. All right, so wow, that was really that was strange. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So I have a tendency to kind of tamp down the soil just a little bit because it allows good contact with the seed. And also, a lot of people think that air pockets are really good when you have seed. That's actually not true. Air pockets actually are not good for roots. They're good for leaves, but roots, you don't want a whole lot of air pockets because it actually will do what's called air pruning. And if you guys have a smart pot, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The roots won't grow out of the pot, because as soon as they touch the air, they just bend down because they want to stay in the soil. So they'll bend around and go around those air pockets. So if you kind of push down the soil a little bit, just a little bit, don't tamp too hard, but just pat it down just enough to compact the soil. It allows for good contact with the roots so you can get a good healthy start. Oopsie, whoa, got a little bit more than I wanted there, but it's no big deal. I'll just select what I want, and seedlings are something that everybody enjoys. I mean, if you plant too many, don't worry about it. Just have fun with it, I mean, once they're in the dirt, you might as well just plant them anyways. No need in picking out your seed and putting them back in the envelope, and chances are you won't ever use those seeds again. I found a lot of times, I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'll actually just have a tendency of forgetting about the seed and buying a whole new packet of the exact same stuff. And I don't know, I guess it's kind of a thing that I think a lot of gardeners do. When they start seed, they want to start fresh every year. Why would you want to start with something that you half opened last year? It's kind of just a poor start to a year, and I guess a fresh start, fresh new year, fresh packet of seeds. That's the way I always look at it. And so, you know, just plant them, have fun with them. If you plant too many, like I said, give them to friends. Nobody's ever going to turn down a seedling unless they're, you know, some bah humbug person that doesn't like gardening. But who doesn't like gardening? And plus, maybe if there are, just tell them, hey, grow a seedling, and then maybe they'll think differently about it. Alright, so there's the Thai pepper, and I forgot to tell you, Thai peppers, they're a pepper that gets about 3 to 4 inches long, about that long, and they're fairly slender, very, very hot, but they're really good in cooking, good in chilies, good in salsas. I found a whole lot of uses for them, even though I don't really prefer hot peppers all that much. They're a great producer, and they definitely are pretty drought tolerant, very heat tolerant, and they're an early producer as well, and they produce a lot of peppers, so it's a go-to pepper for me. I like it. Just don't make it a science. Just have fun with it. That's the best way to have success in the garden, I find. Just to have fun with it. And yeah, some things do require a little bit more thought, but that's only if you're getting really serious with it. And I'm just having fun. When it comes to tomatoes, oh, I get serious. But I still have fun with it. I mean, you've seen me. I'm like a kid in a candy store when I'm harvesting tomatoes. Some people have quoted my enthusiasm as contagious. And also, really quick tip. You'll notice that the seed sprouting mix that I have here, this is just a soilless potting mixture. It doesn't really matter what you go with. I did do a video on the best seed starting mix that I found that works really good. And so if you guys are interested, check that out. I'll have a little link down here, somewhere down the bottom, for you guys to click if you guys are interested in watching the video. But it's just a soilless potting mixture, and it's really loose. There's not a whole lot of chunks, which is key because when you have chunks in your soil, it's really hard to get seeds to sprout straight up. You'll have some seeds doing one of these where it like kind of grows around a rock or something, and it's just kind of a pain to pull out, and you don't get even plants, and it's just one of those things, keeping it tidy, keeping it neat. It really helps when it comes to planting a lot of plants. If you're only planting a couple, don't worry about it, but I like to have a lot of just perfect plants so that they make it easier on me when I'm doing a whole lot of quantity. So I've actually never tried this variety. This is the Sweet Yellow Bell. Got it all planted up. It's ready to go. And I've never tried this variety, but from what I heard, it's a very large pepper, similar to the giant Marconi, only yellow. So it's also similar to the Corno de Toro, or bull's horn, I believe. And they're all about the same type of pepper. Just a large pepper. While I don't do a whole lot of exotics this year because I'm going for production, peppers are one thing that I've never really gotten to try a whole lot of different varieties of. So therefore I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit this year with my peppers. And plus, peppers aren't really something that I market a whole lot at the tomato stand. I mean, I do sell them. I did sell them, and they were okay. But, you know, people like me for my tomatoes, so therefore I'm going to stick to what I know best about tomatoes, and I'm not going to really do a whole lot of exotic varieties like I said before. I will do a couple here at the house, just because I do enjoy them, but to do a whole garden of them, a whole tomato patch, that was nuts, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. And then this is the Cayenne Pepper, and a lot of you guys probably know what a Cayenne Pepper is, but for those of you that don't, the Cayenne Pepper is actually it's a very hot pepper, and it's really good in salsas, it's really good in chilies again, but the thing that it has that the Thai doesn't have is it's actually got length. I find it basically comparable in heat-wise to the Thai pepper, but it's longer. It gets about, you know, I mean, like 11 to 12 inches long. It's a decent-sized pepper, so it's really, really nice. And then, so yeah, this is the Cayenne. Pretty decent yields, not really big, but what it does make up for is length, so you get about the same amount of pepper for your plant. Another really quick tip I thought I'd shout out to you guys is when you're planting peppers, a lot of people don't add enough heat. Peppers require like 85 to 90 degrees to germinate, is optimal. they are one of those things that if you don't have the heat, they're going to take forever. I mean, they'll still sprout. I've gotten them to sprout for sure. But you really want to ease any trouble in the garden to kind of, you want to make it as little stress as possible, because gardening should never be stressful. And it's just kind of stressful waiting for seeds to sprout, I find. I like when stuff just sprouts really quick, and it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. And so when you plant your peppers, make sure you have like a heating pad, or you put them on a fridge or in a nice warm windowsill. Don't put them out in the greenhouse if it's still snowing out. Don't put them in a cold spot, a cold dark spot. Make sure they're nice and warm. And you know, if you have even like an egg incubator, put it on the top of that. Put it inside the egg incubator. You know, it's never going to go bad. Or you know, have an incandescent light bulb, not a CFL, because they don't get that hot. But if you have a light bulb that's like close to a lampshade or something, put a cookie tray over top of the lamp, and then just set a couple of pots on there. I mean, it looks a little redneck, but it'll heat your plants. I'm just giving you some ideas to kind of get some underheat to the bottom of your plants, because you want the soil to get about 85 to 90 degrees, and that's going to help sprout germination, you know, double the time. And they also don't like the soil that moist. When you water your peppers, don't water them a whole lot. They are very finicky about having their feet wet, as it's called, and they just really don't like it. It's better to have the soil more on the dry side than in the wet side, because then you run up with root rot, you have fungus gnat problems, and it's just better to stay a little bit on the drier side. Because you can always water a little bit more if you start to see the plant saying, hey, I need some water, but it's impossible to go the other way. Okay, my foot's going to sleep, my foot's numb. I just got the red hot chili peppers planted up, and they are similar to the Thai pepper and the Cayenne pepper, but they do yield a lot more than anything I've noticed. These are probably the best yielding chili pepper that I've found out there. I mean, there might be some more out there, but I really, really, really would suggest growing the red hot chili pepper if you're going to grow any type of chili pepper. Now, a type of pepper that I really endorse a lot, that I've grown every single year, is actually the Anaheim chili pepper. These came from My Patriot Supply. They have really good quality seed. I've always been a very fond promoter of their seed, and I believe Ray at the Practice 55712 channel, he really likes them as well. So you got two people that are pretty big YouTube people that really love their seed. Go check them out. They definitely have a good quantity that you get in each packet. And so along with the quantity that you get, I think I have about like 100 seeds, maybe 120 in here, and they're really inexpensive as well, but they have a lot of quantity to choose from as well. And their quality is superb. I mean, you get a little baggie along with this, like, kind of, I don't know, it looks like a Pop Rocks container maybe. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Pop Rocks, but yeah, it's got these like aluminum foil stuff. It's just really good quality. I got nothing better to say than that. But yeah, so Anaheim Chilies, they're a mild chili pepper. They produce very, very heavily, but again, what they don't make up for in quantity-wise, they make up for in size-wise. They are a very, very large chili pepper. They're very mild, not too hot at all, but they turn the most beautiful shade of red you'll ever see. That's why I really like the red that they turn, so that's kind of why I grow them. I mean, I could probably do without them, but I like adding a lot of color to the garden. It's fun, and plus, there's a lot of uses for it. I have not found many people that find it too hot. I mean, there are all those people that think, you know, a sweet bell pepper is hot, but really it's not too bad. Alright, so next two I'm just going to plant up really quick because I don't want to make this episode too long, is the sweet banana pepper. Name pretty much speaks for itself, but they are the sweet version. They do have hot banana peppers for those of you that like hotter peppers, but these are actually really good. I pickle them, and pickled sweet banana peppers are amazing. Oh my word, they are so good. And then last but not least is the mild jalapeno. And the mild jalapeno basically speaks for itself. It's a jalapeno a little bit bigger than the hotter regular jalapeno. And they do produce a little bit earlier. I mean, not really very much, but they mature about 5 to 10 days earlier, which doesn't really mean a whole lot to me because I have a pretty long growing season. But for those of you that have a shorter growing season, you might want to check out the mild jalapeno versus the hot jalapeno, because really anything helps when you're talking about places like Alaska and Minnesota, North Dakota, Maine, places up there in the north, that Canada, you know, places that really get their first frost very, very late, or very early, sorry, in the season. We're lucky here because we have the Great Lakes, which actually will, it kind of insulates. So thank you guys for coming along with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys learned something new. Sorry about the length, but I wanted to make it this long because I really do enjoy filming for you guys. I enjoy bringing you guys along, giving you guys news updates and whatnot. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys are starting your stuff fairly soon as well. And put in the comments box below what you just started. If you've started anything, I'd like to know. And also, go check out the Facebook page. We got, I think over 500, yeah, we definitely have over 500 people. And 500 people that really love gardening just as much as you do. So go check it out. Post pictures of what you started. Post videos of what you started if you have a YouTube channel. Everyone loves each other over there. It's just a nice community. So go check that out. And as always, remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Remember to grow big or go home. Talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.